times you cancel Mike Richards, LeVar Burton's still going to be crap as a host for Jeopardy. That's really all you need to know. You can't make this stuff up. We're still talking about Jeopardy. And I brought in a special guest because I haven't watched Jeopardy in probably 3 or 4 years, but used to watch it all. Hello, microphone, all the time. Who are you? Are you here?
Hi, I'm Rob Robot Shlomo, and I actually have taken the test to be on Jeopardy several times.
I tried. It's not in my region, because when I tried when you tried last time, and it's like, oh, you're not the right place for it.
Yeah, anyway, I've taken the test several times. I've actually, I know people who have been on the show. I have been an avid fan of the show for a very long time. And so I've been following this with very high level interest.
You and a lot of other people. You, Twitter, this is a Twitterati one. Even Ryan Reynolds is chiming in here. Yeah. Pretty consistently from 2013 to 2015, Deadpool would explode on Twitter, says Ryan Reynolds. With fans wanting me to play him, it was awkward because I agreed with them, but the studio didn't see it. Ultimately, the fans won, and the rest is glorious history. I'm forever grateful. Hi, LeVar Burton. So he wants LeVar Burton to host Jeopardy. Like, I watched some of this. LeVar Burton wasn't good, though. He doesn't have the charisma to pull off hosting a game show. He looks like he's he looks like he's not rooting for the players. That's not something that will get better. Period. Jeez. Like, okay, let's stop with this crap.
Okay, well, first of all, you know what? We thought they had a permanent host in Mike Richards, and it certainly looked that way. Then allegations of a lawsuit came up, and there was he made some remarks at a Christmas party.
And now he's stepping down, according to Variety, 4 hours ago.
Now there's some offensive language that he used on a podcast from 2013.
Okay. Can we make a new statute of limitations to where if you say something on the internet, you can't be canceled for it? Or you can't have like consequences for it unless it's like a direct threat or something, like unless it's something that's actually if it's just gonna hurt somebody's little feelings or something, like unless I can take action against people who try and hurt my feelings, I don't think other people or anybody should really be allowed, because that's how it always goes too, you know. Everybody else, we're always having to bend and bow and bend the knee and submit, but other people don't have to, it seems.
Yeah, well, there's a double standard. I mean, but anyway, Mike Richards is stepping down. He hasn't even filmed the show yet.
Didn't they, like, they had him like audition, even though he's a producer, right? So that's some of the backstory. Yeah. People had issues like, oh, well, he's a producer. He shouldn't be allowed to even audition.
Well, what happened was when he stepped in to be a producer, he's a producer. He used to work on The Price is Right. Okay. And so he is a producer on Jeopardy, executive producer. I don't really know what he does. So when he actually became part of the search for a permanent moderator, he removed him. They had him removed from the selection process. Now, this is according to head of Sony Pictures Television. Okay. Man, I can't remember his name. So, they went through all the other guest hosts. It turned out he was the guy. Yeah, he had all the qualities they were looking for.
Now, other guest hosts were like Mayim Bialik, some former Jeopardy winners, LeVar Burton. We know LeVar Burton. We loved him in Star Trek. There's a lot of people rallying for him because of Reading Rainbow. They're like, LeVar Burton taught me how to read. Well, yeah, but he didn't, though. The little kids were on the show, right? Sorry, I'm interrupting.
He would host the segments in between where he would banter with firemen, or he would go to, he would work on his car, and oh, my brake rotors are a little worn. I guess I'll have to replace them.
My last car is off the rack, and it's time for me to roll on out of here.
He's still reading from a script.
Yeah. He's an actor, which is fine. He's an actor who desperately needs direction. He's not a TV presenter. These are two different types of personalities and jobs. You have actors who can go into presenting very easily. It's kind of why, like, when you saw the late night hosts trying to throw their little webcams up on YouTube from their houses, they were terrible.
The ocean. It's where God got the idea for Jake Gyllenhaal's eyes.
because they had no director, they had nothing, and it's kind of like the same quality that a celebrity chef has, a TV cook, you know, somebody on the Food Network, somebody on a game show, somebody hosting a Today Show, a morning show. That's a certain personality type that LeVar Burton isn't. He's very much, in my opinion, a scripted actor. Now we're gonna edit in some of his clips in post here of how stiff and odd his inflection was. He's emphasizing weird words. He's like,
Arthur C. Clarke's Rendezvous with This isn't about a Hindu god.
What series?
Yes.
What is Hot House?
Yes. Matt.
What's Jupiter?
Yes.
Yeah, his cadence is very, very off and very bizarre. He's putting emphasis on wrong words. He would banter, and then he would stop, and then he would walk to the podium, and there'd be this awkward silence as as he would make the transition from speaking to the contestants to the lectern, to the podium.
That could just be, you know, lack of direction. That could just be, oh, we don't know what to do. We've never had to give Alex Trebek this direction. Yeah. Maybe some of the other people who came in and hosted, like maybe Mayim Bialik. How was Mayim Bialik? I heard she was much better. I haven't seen much of hers.
Mayim Bialik was very good. Savannah Guthrie was very good. Sanjay Gupta was okay. Anderson Cooper I liked.
I can actually see Anderson Cooper hosting it, but you know, there is the rumor that he's actually a CIA controlled opposition.
But who else was good? Like I said, Sanjay Gupta.
Who are the former contestants?
Buzzy Cohen.
Yeah.
Buzzy Cohen was actually very, very good. And he's got a very unique look to it with the thick glasses and the hair. And David Faber.
That's the type like you're gonna edit in probably a picture of that, but like that's the type of game show host, you know, the wacky game show hosts with like a hair helmet and a personality that is a little plastic but not too plastic.
Well, they obviously they don't want a stand-up comedian, or they weren't leaning towards an actor. Now you say, oh, but what about Mayim Bialik? Mayim Bialik also has a PhD in neuroscience. Yeah. I don't consider her just an actress, because she's actually well accomplished and well educated. She's also not stiff on talk shows. You know, watching her on things like Conan, or just anytime you see her interviewed. I used to watch a lot of Conan when they were having like Big Bang Theory people on every week, because they were right across the studio from each other. Remember some of that? And she's natural. She's comfortable in her own skin. LeVar Burton doesn't quite look comfortable in his own skin, sadly. Mayim Bialik is very personable. She's very relaxed. She has a very, very good demeanor. And like I said, Robin Roberts was pretty good. Bill Whitaker from 60 Minutes was actually pretty good.
Laura Coates finally guest host. Who's she? Do you know who she is?
Laura Coates. Now, Alex Trebek made a couple comments. I think she's a CNBC reporter.
CNN Legal Analyst. Okay, here's CNN Legal Analyst.
CNN Legal Analyst. So,
that's the type of person I was thinking. Should Joe Buck get a call back?
No. Joe Buck is a stiff. Joe Buck is an absolute stiff.
What about Furchan? Is this the guy you're talking about, Buzzy Cohen? Oh, he looks like a game show host.
Yeah.
Ken Jennings is right there.
He was very good.
Buzzy Cohen or Ken Jennings?
Buzzy Cohen.
Okay.
Ken Jennings was good. He was a little stiff, but
I've seen Ken Jennings host. I watched his Jeopardy run. I liked him. I mean, when they brought him back, do you remember when they brought him back for like the Tournament of Champions?
Oh yeah.
And they wiped the floor with him.
I met Ken Jennings.
Yeah.
I met Ken Jennings in 2004 at BB King's at going to see the Raspberries reunion. So he signed an autograph. Who is Ken Jennings?
That's cool.
That is cool. By
the way, tune in if you like me and Rob talking about Jeopardy. We do play it from time to time against randoms, and if you have it on Nintendo Switch, you can try and challenge us.
But again, this whole thing about LeVar Burton. LeVar Burton is I'm sorry, he seems like a nice guy. This I don't think is the right medium for him. No. And the fact that you're trying so hard to make this happen reminds
off-putting.
Me. It's very off-putting, and it tells me you don't want him to actually be host of Jeopardy. You just want to impact the decision.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It was like Idris Elba should be James Bond. Where do I vote, man? Well,
They're just pushing and pushing for somebody because they're told that's the person that they're supposed to root for without any information, without being like Jeopardy viewers or fans.
Well,
and this whole controversy around like the cancel culture crap and the Mike Richards stuff, like that, we really need a statute of limitations on how far back we can like have something offensive that isn't an actual like threat of physical violence or something be something that affects people's decisions, right? Are we mature enough as a society to do that? Probably not.
No. This is still America. This is still the land of second chances. You know, I mean,
hey, maybe LeVar Burton will be really, really good. Maybe he just had a lack of confidence and he needed a bunch of people rallying behind him saying, "Hey, we believe in you." But at the same time,
he has that. He already has that. There was a online petition, 250,000 signatures. Make LeVar Burton host of Jeopardy. But like I said, I watched his week. He was
he's okay.
He was stiff. He was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's okay. Like that's the thing. He's okay. He
got marginally better towards the end, but I don't think it was enough. I mean, and Jeopardy makes $120 million a year, and that's a lot of money to risk on a guy who you hope will grow into the role.
What about Wayne Brady would be too much of a fun personality.
Yeah, they don't want to go that route.
That's the difference with like a Jeopardy game show and like a Let's Make a Deal or an improv game show. You want somebody who is just stiff enough, but not too stiff. And I think LeVar Burton kind of crosses over into the too stiff.
Jeopardy has a certain gravitas to it in that,
it's a little stuffy. It's a little intellectual.
Yes,
it's a little imposing, and the way you deliver the when a contestant gets a wrong answer, the way you correct them is more important than I think anything else on the show. The way you either root for them or don't in the response. If like Alex Trebek had this unique perspective, this a unique way of going, "Oh, you missed it," and he's like genuinely wanting you to get that question right. He's like, "Oh,
there was a time where the category was boxing, and they had this heavyweight champion from the 50s, and nobody got it. He goes, "Oh, he was fun to watch, Archie Moore." He's just like, "Oh, you guys were so close."
Yeah, and you get some people who are like, "No, what do you mean? How'd you not get this?" Or they're just reading the line. They have no personality to it. You need that little bit of compassion to kind of bleed through.
Because it's actually a very stressful environment, Jeopardy, because they actually have like psychologists and therapists and priests on hand to talk to the contestants between the commercial breaks because it is so stressful.
I remember there was an episode. Did you watch The Golden Girls?
I used to.
Yeah. So a long time ago, like I think the younger people are watching it again, so that's why it kind of popped in my head. Dorothy auditioned to be on Jeopardy, and she's there getting every single question right, and she's like, "Yes, I knew that." And she wiped the audition. But the producers came to her after the fact and said, "Look, you won the game, but nobody's going to root for you."
Yeah, that's what they look for.
They want a certain thing, and it's so hard to grasp until you see it with contestants. And because I actually auditioned for Deal or No Deal. Didn't get that one a long time ago, but And
they don't, and more importantly, they don't want you to show up the other contestants. Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, it's a very friendly competition. You're rooting for everybody. It's a personality type, and that goes from the host too. You need a host who's very comfortable instantaneously with absolutely everybody. LeVar Burton, you'd think he would be from even working the conventions. When we saw him in Vegas a couple years back, he seemed a little stiff and awkward and a little, so like me, socially awkward. And I would probably be a terrible game show host because I can do it until I can't. I can be personable until I can't, until the exact. That's what it kind of comes off as to me, but I'm psychoanalyzing him a little bit too much.
Yeah, me, I would say, somebody got something wrong. What are you, an idiot? How can you not know that?
So you'd suck too. You'd be canceled too. You know, so who do you guys think? Who would you want? Because I just don't see LeVar Burton as being good enough. I see, you know, I hate saying this. I see this a little bit as a virtue signal from a bunch of people who aren't actually invested in this, who want to jump on the LeVar Burton train because it makes them feel good, and they don't understand any other reason why that they're voting for him. But you know,
yeah, we've gone way too long on this.
So we're gonna probably be playing some more game shows and video games and stuff. Who are you?
I'm Robin. I lost on Jeopardy, baby.
You have a panel show, not another panel show.
Yes, naps.
Nap time with Rob.
Naps. We're gonna take some naps.
Where you have what, a kangaroo story or something for this weekend?
Yes.
Among other things, you want to hear about a kangaroo loose in the Americas? Definitely stay tuned for that and all your comic-y and superhero-y and cherry. Why am I toasting you with cherry Coke Zero? Because I need something in my hands. I'm Mecha. See you guys later. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.